It is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. A play fake from Mostert, now Garoppolo. Oh, scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Jerick McKinnon, his first carry of the ball game. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
He was brought down at his 49-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 4.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On play action, it's Garoppolo. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's a gain of...
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there was a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
This is caught, and they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards on the play.
1st and goal, San Francisco.
Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field, right? This is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive, you might want to think about a pass play in this situation.
Interesting. Time to find out. Second and goal from the 1. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Touchdown, San Francisco.
Raheem Mostert with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive.
The kick is good.
And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
Here's 7. Saints nothing. Robbie Gould.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no return from Montgomery. Bring it out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 2.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Bree's going to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. looking from the gun. It's Breeze. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowler, Jalen Ramsey. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. 49ers. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away.
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
The kick is good.
They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Saints take over.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Pass rusher extraordinaire, D. Ford that time, getting the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Marcel Harris. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown.
Robbie Gould.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Saints take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all of these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On 1st down, Breeze. And Breeze is intercepted for the 3rd time. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
They'll take over.
That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember when we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball, and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field? That wasn't so great.
That wasn't good. You're picking Danny. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. To throw is Garoppolo. Screen play, McKinnon. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. Now these two teams, the Saints and Niners, they played maybe the game of the year in the NFL in 2019. Had 94 points between them. Lead changes left and right. Breeze had 5 touchdowns, 4 for Garoppolo. And you might remember the catch and stiff-arming run by George Kittle where he just refused to go into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
1st and 10.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. So after the INT, it's Breeze. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards. 1st down. Breeze now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score a touchdown. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head, walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
Ty Montgomery on the return. The Saints take over 1st and 10.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big, this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by the safety, Jarquiski turn. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
10 at the 44-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Pettis once again the target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They forced incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Play action. Garoppolo looking deep for Adams. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
San Francisco.
Davante Adams with touchdown number 7 on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on. And he's able to put it through.
The score, Niners 35. Saints nothing.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
On the return. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Breeze now to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
He's tackled at the...
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards, good for the Saints, 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And that's going to be incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. But all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so you don't get another one picked off.
And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. They run with a postseason star from a year ago. It's Raheem Mostert. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big 3rd down play there for the Niners. 46 yards.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
Dancing to his left. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. Garoppolo again. And that will be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what?
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Niners set up well. They take over first and 10 on the short side of the field.
42-yard line.
A first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from down in Arizona. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Able to hold it in is Kittle. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
George Kittle. It's a gain of 20. And a 49er first down.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And it's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. He was trying to get it to Jerick McKinnon there. That'll bring up second down.
Jenkins on the coverage.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And his guys have got it back in the closing stages of the first half.
The
Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will. I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
At the 24-yard line.
Brees now. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Touchdown pass number 4 of the afternoon for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score Niners 42. Saints nothing. Robbie Gould to kick
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me.
My goodness, another interception. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
It's Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
At the 46-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
To throw on 2nd and 6. Garoppolo. And incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And 6 yards.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Looking deep for Adams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Kamara, the ball carrier.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Saints. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Niners 49, Saints nothing. Robbie Gould to kick off.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a gain of 16 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
At the 49-yard line.
To throw, it's Breeze. And here's another interception. Picked up by Quan Alexander. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
1st and 10.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the third quarter, 2nd and 10. This shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in, and he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down.
49ers.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. A play fake from Mostert. Now Garoppolo. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown.
Touchdown.
Dante Pettis, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
It's the score, Niners 56, Saints nothing.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will make it into the end zone. And they'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Montgomery on the return. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
It's so tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about and my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 26. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
7 yards, the pickup there.
To
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down.
At the 4.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And he hauls it in the end end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Jordan Reed. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gold with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Saints, nothing. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no return from Montgomery. Bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Emmanuel Sanders, touchdown, New Orleans. Emmanuel Sanders, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. So they get 1 score back, but still a long ways to go here in this 3rd quarter.
63, Saints 7.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Just take over 1st and 10. At their own 16-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Sheldon Rankins able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It's 2nd down.
The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So he couldn't hook up. His time is now run out on this 3rd quarter play. Back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive can get wings, it's 4th down.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. And now here's another interception. Picked up by the former 1st-rounder Jimmy Ward. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
Well, they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. Well, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. That's caught. It's Sanders for the Saints touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. What's good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts, and in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Kendrick Bourne, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no return from Montgomery. Bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one.
Incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
And now some pointing up front and a flag down. This might just move him back 5. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Austin. 21 yards. It's well done on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. First and 10.
At their own 42-yard line.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their own 42. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Up to make the stop, the Pro Bowl safety, Malcolm Jenkins.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. So after the INT, it's Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to...
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Eric Armstead picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. The pressure gets to him again.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Now Austin. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. He's going to let it go again. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Play action, Garoppolo. That is caught, it's Perriman. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
1st down, 49ers.
11.
Garoppolo looking to throw. He'll air this one out deep for Perriman. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead. but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
9 yards, and that leaves them just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he is all the way up past the 25. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting them.
Oh, my goodness, another interception. Picked by Marcel Harris. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
1st and 10.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
A 45-yard attempt.
And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Saints take over 1st and 10.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Today's final score.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Niners, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move this.